Hello and welcome to the Vinyl Sanctuary. My name is Christian and I hope that you will join me in taking refuge in records. So I'm here today with a video which is going to be a huge thank you to Chris Mann over at the Vinyl Man. And the reason I'm thanking Chris is because I have now had my first experience of VCLT since joining the vinyl community. So a huge thanks to Chris. It was a very generous gesture from him to send me a couple of records my way. So for anybody who may not be aware of what VCLT is, because I don't like to make assumptions, I actually was interested to find out myself what the Google search would return when I put it in. So VCLT stands for Vinyl Community Love Train, and it's a term used within the online music collecting group sector, particularly on YouTube, within the vinyl community, to describe the act of receiving surprise vinyl records as gifts from fellow collectors. It is a practice meant to foster friendship, generosity, and to promote record collecting culture within the community. And it's obviously customary as well that when collectors receive some VCLT that they'll make a video to show what they received and obviously to thank the sender as well, which I was more than happy to do. So yeah, I was so just so privileged and pleased really when the package came through the door and it was Chris had sent me a couple of records. So for anyone who may not be aware of Chris, he's got an absolutely brilliant channel. He's based over in Wales. And what I love about Chris's platform is that whilst he does show his own passion for music very well, very articulately, you'll often find him talking about new finds and getting out and about in local areas, shopping and hunting for records. He does all of that brilliantly, but he's also somebody who I feel really gives his platform over to helping to support and promote other people in the VC as well, whether that's through his live streams, which he does on Sundays, and his other endeavours. I just feel that Chris is somebody that, through my experience, has been a real support, and I'm really grateful for his time. And he's someone who I consider now to be a really good friend. So cheers, mate. I really appreciate everything you've done regarding supporting me. I've been on his live stream a couple of times now at the point of recording, and I've really enjoyed both experiences. So please do check out Chris's channel. I'll put a link to his channel in the description box to this video that you're watching now. And please do have a look on my playlist section on this channel to see those couple of live stream appearances that I've done to date. Okay, so yeah, just wanted to get the thank you sorted out there for Chris, and now I'm really excited to show you the two records that he sent me. So these were two records that I didn't have in the collection, so that was pretty awesome, in that Chris was able to send me a couple of things that have now enriched my collection, and they're quite different from each other as well, which was really nice. So the record that I wanted to show to you first is actually a band that came out of Liverpool, and this record was released in 1989, and the band are called River City People, and it's a self-titled album, this one. And I actually listened to this album and the one that I'm going to show very shortly back to back on a Sunday afternoon. The sun was shining, and I have to say that this record really did vibe with me, and I vibed with the record. It's got like a really nice sort of almost a folky, sort of sunshiny, summery feel to it. And in places as well, it had some really pleasant soft rock elements. So um, the singer here, this lady at the front, I will just very quickly remind myself of her name, because this is a band that I am only just discovering. So her name is Siobhan Ma. So just while I've got the inner sleeve, I'll talk through the other band members as well. Got Siobhan Ma, and we've got David Snell on the bass, Tim Speed on guitars and vocals, and then we've got Paul A. Speed on drums and percussion as well. And looking at them two facially, I would say I'm going to hazard a guess that they're definitely brothers. Looking at them two, the Speed brothers, by the look of it. Might be wrong, but they do look very alike. Okay, so yeah, regarding the album itself sonically, it really did remind me in a lot of places of, hints of Fleetwood Mac here and there. It does harken back to, another time in terms of its feel. And in other places as well, I kind of got like elements of a bit of Deacon Blue, a little bit of Fairground Attraction, and also early Texas as well. So I think if you're a fan of, the likes of vocally, the likes of Eddie Reader or Charlene Spiteri or Stevie Nicks or those sorts of groups. Again, like I mentioned, Deacon Blue as well. Just really nice sort of harmonies going on. Very, very pleasant and very well executed. Pop rock. Then I really think you would enjoy this album. I certainly did. It was a completely new discovery for me. It does have a lovely cover of California Dreaming on there, which is, of course, an iconic song. And again, it kind of captures the mood and the vibe, I think, of what this record was striving for. There is a bit of a summery feel to it. But what I also liked in places as well was some of the guitar work by Tim Speed. Some of the playing in places almost reminded me a little bit of The Edge from U2. So there is like kind of like a bit of a big music sort of a feel and quality to this album in places as well. And I just found myself, tapping my toe along to it. Very, very enjoyable listen, and everything caught my ear to a really nice degree. So I'm really, really pleased to actually have that. As I mentioned, I am sort of located between Liverpool and Manchester, and I do kind of pride myself on my knowledge of a lot of the bands and artists from those two cities. But I have to say that River City people were a group that have definitely bypassed me until now. So I'm grateful to Chris for making the introduction. Just having a look here for some other bits that might be of interest. So it was engineered by Ed Thacker, John Carter, Don Gayman, I believe that's pronounced. Then the second engineers, Dan Bosworth, Pete Magdaleno, and Robin Lane. It says it was recorded in Los Angeles, okay, between January and March 1989. So they were a long way from home, and obviously doing California Dreaming, you're recording it in Los Angeles. What better song to choose, really? And then it was produced by Nick Davis and River City people themselves. So yeah, just a really, really enjoyable listen, that. So I would be interested to know if in the comments if anyone else is familiar with this record. And I've just had a look on here actually. Again, as I said, I'm still getting acquainted with it. It isn't a self-titled album at all. It's actually there. It's my eyesight failing me, I'm afraid. It's actually called Say Something Good is the name of the album. So I want to make sure that I get that corrected there on camera. Say Something Good by the River City people. So yeah, that was a really nice discovery, that one. And I'm always really, really grateful whenever I've got the opportunity to, hear something new, something that I can vibe with right from the off. And that one there was no exception at all. So just going to pop that one away and move on to the second record that Chris sent me. Okay, so this one came out in 1981. I think you could probably put it in like the new wave category. And for people who've maybe tuned into me quite regularly over time, they might actually be quite surprised that I didn't have this one in my collection, but I didn't. So I was really, really pleased to get it. And I only knew like a couple of songs off the album, which were big hits. One of them in particular is a legendary hit, really, and pretty much encapsulates the 80s to some degree. I think for anybody who was around that decade, this song that I'm about to talk about really was a beacon of that decade in terms of its appeal and the level of success that hit enjoyed. But coming up now, then we've got Men at Work with Business as Usual. So yeah, came out in 1981, Australian group. And yeah, I was so happy to receive this one because I didn't have it. And the two hits I was talking about, obviously, Who Can It Be Now was a big hit. That's the opening track. But that one that is the iconic song, it really is Down Under, which is track number 3. And I just found myself really enjoying this album from start to finish. It was just so pleasant. It has some really tasty guitar work in there as well, which I don't know why I wasn't expecting that. Maybe just because I only really had Down Under and Who Can It Be Now as points of reference, really, songs that I listened to growing up. But there was some really, really nice playing throughout. I mean, the instrumentation by everybody. So who have we got here? We've got Colin Hay, vocals and guitar. Ron Strykert, I believe that is, on guitar and vocals. Jerry Spicer on drums and vocals. And then we've got Greg Ham on a multitude of instruments here. He's been credited as being on the sax, the flute, vocals, keyboards, and fiddly things. And then we've got John Reese on bass and vocals as well. And then we've got a chap called Russell Deppeler, I believe that is, credited with telephone and calculator. So very important contributions there as well from Russell. But yeah, really enjoyed it. It was just a really nice listen, that. So had a big smile on my face listening both to Men at Work and to River City People as well. So I'm really looking forward to giving them both another spin very soon. I've only played them through the once, so still getting acquainted with them, but I highly recommend them on a Sunday afternoon for anyone watching when the sun's shining. And yeah, let me know if you are familiar with either or both of those albums. So that was it really. I just wanted to pop on and do a thank you really for Chris, and it's just so nice to have had that experience of some VCLT. You know, for another person in the community, the vinyl community, to reach out in that way and send me a couple of records was very generous, and I am sincerely grateful. So really appreciate you all tuning in as well to me and the channel. Thank you very much. Your support is always really appreciated as well. And if you did enjoy what I've done today and you'd like to join me in taking refuge in records, then please do consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'd be very grateful if you did. And if you did like the video as well that I've done today, then please do put a like on it. That means a lot too. Also, please do comment if you feel that there's anything that you'd like to share or any observations you've made about this video. Please do let me know what you think of River City People or Men at Work, or if you just want a general discussion about either of those groups or the songs that they've done. Maybe you've watched those bands live, then please do consider sharing some comments with me. I do always really enjoy having the opportunity to interact with people that take the time to watch me in that way. It's something that I do pride myself on doing, and it really does help to foster the community that I want to have here at the Vinyl Sanctuary. Okay, so that's me all done then. So I will aim to be back again soon. I've still got a few other ideas at the moment that I'm kind of working on in the background. But until then, take care and bye for now.